Alright everyone. For our final session, we're going to prepare for a crucial step in any data-related career, the interview. This presentation is designed to give you a solid foundation in answering some of the most common and important questions about database management and SQL. We'll break this down into a few key areas. Let's start with the core of database theory. First, let's address the big picture. What is a DBMS? A database management system is simply a software system for creating and managing databases. The main reason we use them is for their many advantages. They help us avoid data redundancy, ensure consistency, and provide robust security and recovery options. This leads us to the next logical question. What's the difference between a DBMS and an RDBMS? The key distinction lies in the data model. An RDBMS, or a Relational Database Management System, is a type of DBMS that organizes data in a structured way using tables, rows, and columns. This relational model allows for strong data relationships and, most importantly, enforces ACID properties. Speaking of which, what are the ACID properties? This is a fundamental concept for transactional databases. ACID stands for atomicity, consistency, isolation, and durability. Atomicity means a transaction is all or nothing, either every step succeeds, or none of them do. Consistency ensures that a transaction maintains the integrity rules of the database. Isolation means concurrent transactions don't interfere with each other. And durability guarantees that once a transaction is committed, the changes are permanent. Let's talk about organizing your data. Normalization is the process of structuring a database to reduce redundancy and improve integrity. It follows a series of rules called normal forms, such as 1NF, 2NF, and 3NF, which progressively eliminate different types of data dependencies. The opposite of this is denormalization, where you intentionally add redundant data to a table to improve query performance, especially in reporting systems where speed is more important than strict data integrity. Keys are essential for relationships and identification. A primary key is a column or a set of columns that uniquely identifies each row. It must be unique and cannot contain a null value. Foreign key, on the other hand, is a column that links two tables together by referencing the primary key of another table. It's how we enforce what's called referential integrity. You'll also hear about the difference between a primary key and a unique key. While both enforce uniqueness, a table can only have one primary key, but it can have multiple unique keys. Also, a unique key can, in most systems, contain a single null value. Finally, a quick note on performance. An index is a data structure that speeds up data retrieval. Think of it like an index in a textbook. It helps the database quickly find the data it needs without scanning the entire table. A transaction is a single, logical unit of work. Its states are active, in progress, partially committed, all operations have been executed but not yet saved, committed, all changes are permanently saved, failed, the transaction was unable to complete, and aborted, the transaction is rolled back. What is concurrency control? Concurrency control is the process of managing simultaneous operations to prevent data inconsistencies. It is vital for maintaining data integrity when multiple users or processes are accessing the database at the same time. Explain different types of joins in SQL. We have several types of joins. An inner join returns only the rows where there's a match in both tables. A left join returns all rows from the left table and the matched rows from the right. A right join is the opposite. A full outer join returns all rows from both tables, regardless of whether a match exists. A stored procedure is a precompiled set of SQL statements stored in the database. Its benefits include better performance, enhanced security by limiting direct table access, and reusability of code. A trigger is a special stored procedure that automatically executes when a specific DML event, such as an insert, update, or delete, occurs on a table. It's often used for auditing or enforcing complex business rules. What is a view? A view is a virtual table based on a query that doesn't store data itself. Its benefits include simplifying complex queries and providing a layer of security by restricting data access. Let's move on to some deeper topics. What is a data warehouse? It's a large repository of historical data, optimized for analysis and reporting, which is distinct from a transactional database that focuses on real-time operations. The CAP theorem states that in a distributed system, you can only guarantee 2 out of 3 properties: consistency, availability, and partition tolerance. Sharding, or horizontal partitioning, is a technique to distribute large datasets across multiple databases or servers to improve scalability and performance. Differentiate between clustered and non-clustered indexes. A clustered index defines the physical storage order of a table's data, so you can only have one. A non-clustered index is a separate data structure that contains pointers to the data and allows for multiple indexes per table. What is a deadlock? A deadlock occurs when 2 transactions are waiting for each other to release a lock, causing a standstill. It can be prevented by enforcing a consistent lock order or resolved by aborting one of the transactions. Explain two-phase commit, 2PC. This is a protocol for ensuring that all nodes in a distributed transaction either commit or abort together. The first phase is prepare, where a coordinator asks all nodes to get ready. The second phase is commit, where the coordinator tells all nodes to either commit or abort the transaction. What is a NoSQL database? NoSQL databases are non-relational databases that are typically schemaless and designed for large volumes of unstructured data. You would choose a NoSQL database for applications that require massive horizontal scalability and a flexible schema. Describe different types of NoSQL databases. The main types are key-value stores, simple and fast, document databases, for semi-structured data like JSON, column family stores, for massive, sparse data, and graph databases, for highly interconnected data like social networks. What is data integrity? Data integrity refers to the accuracy and consistency of data. It is maintained through constraints, triggers, and the use of ACID transactions. What are the levels of data abstraction? There are 3 levels: the physical level, how data is stored; the logical level, the overall schema; and the view level, a user's simplified view of the data. What is a data dictionary? A data dictionary is a repository of metadata. It stores information about the database itself, such as table names, column data types, and relationships. What is a cursor? A cursor allows for row-by-row processing of a result set. While useful in specific scenarios, it's generally avoided due to performance overhead in favor of set-based operations. What's the difference between DDL, DML, and DCL? DDL is for defining data, create, alter. DML is for manipulating data, select, insert, and DCL is for controlling access, grant, revoke. Difference between delete, truncate, and drop? Delete is a DML command that removes rows and can be rolled back. Truncate is a faster DDL command that removes all rows and cannot be rolled back. Drop is a DDL command that removes the entire table structure. Explain the where clause. The where clause filters individual rows based on a condition before any grouping occurs. Difference between having and where. Where filters individual rows, while having filters groups of rows after aggregation has taken place. How do you handle null values? You must use is null or is not null to check for them. Functions like coalesce or if null can replace null with a different value. What is a subquery? A subquery is a query nested within another query. It can be categorized as a scalar, row, table, or correlated subquery. What is the purpose of group by? Group by is used to aggregate rows into groups, typically for use with functions like count or sum. Explain order by. Order by is used to sort the results set in either ascending or descending order. Difference between union and union all? Union combines result sets and removes duplicate rows. Union all also combines them but includes all rows, making it generally faster. How do you find duplicate rows? You can find them by grouping by the columns that define a duplicate and using a having clause to find groups where the count is greater than 1. How do you delete duplicate rows? A common method is to use a common table expression with a row number window function to identify and then delete the duplicate rows. What is an auto-increment column? It's a column that automatically generates a unique number for each new row, typically used for primary keys. Explain window functions. These functions perform calculations over a set of rows without collapsing them. Row number gives a unique number. Rank gives a rank with gaps for ties. Dense rank gives a rank without gaps. And tile divides rows into groups. What is a CTE? A common table expression is a temporary, named result set defined with the with clause. It improves query readability and is used for recursive queries. Difference between rank and dense rank? The main difference is how they handle ties. Rank leaves gaps in the ranking, example rank 1, 1, 3, while dense rank does not, example rank 1, 1, 2. What is a correlated subquery? A correlated subquery depends on the outer query and executes once for each row, making it less efficient than a non-correlated subquery, which runs only once. How do you optimize a slow query? Common strategies include using indexes, analyzing the query's execution plan to find bottlenecks, avoiding select asterisk, and optimizing your join and where clauses. Difference between in and exists. Exists checks for the mere existence of a row and is often more efficient for large subqueries because it can stop as soon as it finds a match. In checks if a value is present in a list of values. Explain pivoting and unpivoting. Pivoting transforms rows into columns, typically for reporting. Unpivoting is the reverse, transforming columns back into rows. What is a recursive CTE? A recursive CTE is a CTE that references itself to handle hierarchical data, like an organizational chart. How do you handle pagination? Pagination is handled using a combination of limit and offset, or more robustly with the row number window function to select a specific range of rows. What are set operators? These are operators like union, intersect, and except that combine the results of multiple select statements. Difference between count, asterisk, and count, column underscore name? Count, asterisk, counts all rows, including those with null values. Count, column underscore name, only counts rows where the specified column is not null. What is an execution plan? An execution plan is a representation of how the database will execute a query. It is a vital tool for diagnosing performance issues. Write a query to find the second highest salary from an employee's table. To solve this, use a window function like dense rank. You rank all salaries in descending order, and then filter for the row where the rank is exactly 2. This handles ties correctly. Write a query to find employees who earn more than their manager. This requires a self-join. Join the employees table to itself. Alias one as E for employee and the other as M for manager, joining them on E.managerID equals M.employeeID. Then, just use a where clause to filter for E.salary greater than M.salary. Write a query to get the nth highest salary. This is a general version of the previous question. Again, the best way is with dense rank. Rank the salaries in descending order, Then filter for the rank you need. For example, where rank equals N. Write a query to find the departments that have more than 5 employees. This is a classic group by and having question. First, group by department to count employees in each. Then, use having count *5 to filter those groups. Write a query to list all employees and their departments, including employees with no department and departments with no employees. For this, you need a full outer join between the employees and departments tables. This will include all records from both tables and fill in null values where there isn't a match. Write a query to find the total sales amount for each customer. Use the sum aggregate function on the sales amount. To do this for each customer individually, you must use a group by customer ID. Write a query to find products that have never been ordered. Start with a left join from your products table to your order details table. Then, in the where clause, simply filter for products where the order details column is null. Write a query to get the current date and time. The function for this depends on your database. Use current_timestamp for ANSI SQL, now for MySQL, or getDate for SQL Server. Write a query to extract the year from a date column. This is also database specific. Use year, date_column in SQL Server and MySQL, or extract year from date_column for PostgreSQL. Write a query to find the average order value for each month. Use the average aggregate function on the order value. The key is to group by the month of the order date. You'll use a function to extract the month in your group by clause. By practicing these types of queries, you not only learn the syntax, but you develop a logical, step-by-step approach to problem solving with SQL. Thank you. Thanks for watching this video. And if you watched this far, then please give it a like, share it with your friends, and do subscribe to the channel. See you in the next one. Till then, happy learning.